So,
I see you have a part to play in this.
I apologize for not meeting you in person, Zervaus, but this method seemed most timely. Our war with the Primalists, allies, has always troubled our queen, but recently she's grown increasingly upset. Something weighs on her. I know how heavy the burdens of the mind can become. She left Valdrakken some time ago, saying she needed time to think, but I'm concerned. Seek her out. Make sure she's alright. There's no need to know I sent you.
Focus on the now.
Hey, Captain Zeus. Hey, Asmiristar. Hey, President Clamp. Hello, Kennick Scout. Hello, Hazardous. Hello, Luke. I'd say hello, ISE, but you were earlier. And you're not there now.
Rebels have raided a caravan of medical supplies and taken them back to this encampment. Reclaim any that you can find.
Elder Scrolls 6, which may be vetoed someday. Dragon Age 4. And Cyberpunk. Thank you, O40. As always. Appreciate you. Thank you. It was cereal. I pretty much always have cereal for lunch.
There are more secrets. We must uncover them, yes?
I will listen. I knew you would come.
After you forced us into slumber in that Titan prison, you came to me.
You heard me?
Every word.
You said it doesn't feel like a victory. Not without you.
How could you say that? After everything.
You were my dearest friend. And losing you to this conflict broke my heart.
You promised me you would not force the Titan's will upon us. But the eggs, Alexstrasza. You did nothing while your masters warped our children, still in the shell.
That abhorrent act should never have happened. And I regret my part in it every day.
Your lies have grown sweeter. Honey to hear. And poison to taste.
Viranoth, you have always fought for the good of dragonkind. But Iridikron does not. Vengeance is all he craves.
Still so naive, Alexstrasza. Believing that the world we once shared still exists. It is gone. And so, yes, all that remains is vengeance.
Next. Captain Zeus. Exclamation mark next.
Greetings.
It grieves me to see Viranoth in such a dark place. But I still have hope we will stand together as we once did. I've warned her about Iridikron. That's all I can do. The rest is up to her.
Safeguard all life.
Yep. After months of enjoyment, it's going to be nothing but frustration and pain. It's okay. I've had a nice long break. I'm ready for it. That's hard to decide, Loke. And also depends on something we don't know. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because we already talked about that extensively, actually, when we were covering the dungeons. For more information, see the dungeon bot. Well, honestly, it depends on if Elder Scrolls 6 has the same file structure and approach to hard drive scanning that Starfield did. If it does, it's vetoed on the spot. I will not risk another hard drive to that goddamn game. That's it. That's the requirement. Chromie and I are discussing how we will help find Tyr's disk. Hello, Eternus.
Time is set in sand, not stone.
During our long discussion about how to find Tyr's disk, Chromie and I agreed that you were the right person to help us. But finding the location of Tyr's disk could be very dangerous and would likely require more than just your help. While I work to narrow down what we need, Chromie can give you more deets.
We will meet again.
What Eternus told me is fascinating. The Infinites' methods are like ours, but they've merged our magic with tech from other races. Here's an example. Powerful bronze dragons can sense the aura around them, and the people they've come into contact with, like the Silver Scale, but doing that is fiddly over long distance and time. The Infinites have beacons that detect those auras over time ways, but it requires triangulation of chronormic flux with... Oh, listen to me going on. You just want to hear about the plan, right?
The timeways must be preserved.
So here's the plan. We need 3 beacons delivered to 3 places in the timelines to triangulate the disk's location. These places are potentially dangerous and right now undetermined. I'm still working on that. You're gonna need help, but I have Trevard! What's up, man? I have returned to fulfill my duty to Tyr at last. I mean, he owes his species to Tyr. I don't blame him.
Greetings.
It's good to see you again. I hope that this time we'll be able to restore Tyr's memories.
Until we meet again.
After the tomb was destroyed and the Silver Scale failed to bring Tyr back, I made the decision to rededicate my life to Tyr. And I made the even harder decision to leave the past behind and reforge Tyr's guard. I had faith Tyr would need me again soon. And, after consulting with the Silver Hand, Koranos and I believe we have found 4 worthy Tyr's Guard recruits. Come with you to Brackenhide Hollow.
May Tyr guide you.
Thanks for coming back so quickly. I don't want to interrupt your training recruits, especially once we need them now. Sending untested paladin recruits to set the beacons? This is the plan? Untested is not quite true, Eternus. My 4 recruits have gone through rigorous training. You know where WoW's at nowadays? A paladin of a Titan Keeper, a Bronze Dragon, and an Infinite Dragon are having discussions about sending recruits into the past to triangulate the location of an artifact. And what's really weird is this is completely normal. In fact, this is well written. Everything they're talking about completely follows the rules of their own setting. Like, I've been paying attention. Because, you know me, I'm always on the lookout for lagging out. That's new. Just gonna... Am I lagging out from everything? Or just WoW? We'll find out in a second. Looks like it's just WoW. Cool. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can't mount. And I can't glide. Yep, no. We're either lagging out or we're stuck. One of the two. In fact, who knows there's no enemies out here. Let's see how far we can get. It's okay, there's no falling damage. I've actually seen this happen before. How appropriate as we're about to go bouncing through the time ways. Whee! Yep, we're still having issues on the North American servers. Anyways, what I was trying to say is, I've been paying attention because you know me, and I'm really big on a game being, a story in general, being self-consistent, but also, well, time's easy to screw up. Warcraft isn't perfect about its time travel, I'm going to be honest about that, but it does a better job than most settings. And, like it or not, time is one of those things for me. Like economics, if I might be so bold. So, I tend to pay attention to see if a setting is going to screw up time quite a bit, and so far, they've been handling it pretty solidly. Go figure. Let's see, left or right? Left or right? No. Shiny over the Noibat. Sorry, I had to take a moment to remember how to pronounce that. Left or right? Left or right? West. Left. Okay. Whee! For a brief period in time, there was an MMO called Rift. And Rift actually went out of its way for a period during a launch campaign to get rid of falling damage. It was weirdly liberating. Like, it was quite a bit of a game changer, as weird as that sounds, to be able to just run around without any kind of falling damage. It changed how you navigated the world. Because, like, I don't know about you, but most people who play these games for an extended period of time, you kind of get the ability to eyeball what fatal damage is for a drop, right? When falling damage is just gone, that equation is thrown out the window. You just jump. Interesting. Yep, the WoW killer. Oh, it won't even let me do the animation now. Alright, so let's bow out. We've had our fun. I was waiting for the disconnect, to be honest with you. $18th. Oh, it's Tuesday. Be patient here. We're just going to chill for a second. Give it a second to process. Okay, now we're going to pop in, see what happens. This is the most likely time for something to screw up, is right here. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly where I expected to log in at. Anyways. We're walking. It would make sense for Alexstrasza to not care about gender when it comes to romantic preference. I know that sounds like a strange statement, but, like, Queen of Life, right? I was just thinking about it because obviously she's had male partners because she's laid eggs. She's a dragon mother. But Dragonflight was the first time they were really openly acknowledging that kind of thing in Warcraft, so now's the time when they could add that kind of thing to her character if they wanted to. And Alexstrasza is a good pick for that, like I said. You appear to be on fire. Nope, everything's fine. False alarm. Everything's fine.
The Null presence is a blight upon
Shut
our
up.
lands. Festering.
He gathered all the light within him and unleashed it at the Cathraxi, destroying him. But Tyr perished as well. He sacrificed him for the Vrykul. What a selfless thing to do. So I don't remember if any of these are old characters, but I do like the spread here. This is a good spread of paladins. Blood Elf, honestly, kind of a classic, has been since BC. Troll, Amani Troll, specifically. Yep, strong paladin tradition, and one of the initial unusual paladin races. Draenei, once again, very traditional, and going all the way back to BC. And a Kultiran. I wasn't sure about this one at first, but once again, it's a nice callback to the idea of the fact that this is actually a human. We call them Kultirans, but that's a human being right there. So, yeah. Human, Blood Elf, Amani, Draenei. Good spread. The only one I might want to add to this would be a dwarf, personally.
Greetings.
That was some lag. I just like these recruits. Oh yeah, we're lagging. Oh, do you see that? The Silver Hand representatives here gave us the names of a few, but none were what we were looking for. Kranos and I spent many days wandering the Dragon Isles looking for signs and stories of deeds befitting the specific virtues of Tyr. Nalaki, Hadwin, Valinai, and Talthus each left a trail of good in their wake, which led me to them. And when Kranos and I caught up with each of them, in each case we observed an intense commitment to the virtues that made Tyr the greatest of the Titan Keepers. Justice, order, compassion, self-sacrifice. Which one do you think is which, by the way? There's your 4 horsemen, by the way. Horsemen of justice, order, compassion, self-sacrifice.
Goodbye. May Tyr guide you until we meet again.
Troll, orc, human. They're all the same, really.
So, human is justice. Oh, I'm not sure myself. I fell into being a paladin, I guess, like I always do. My dad wanted me to try and join the Navy, and my mum hoped to be a tide priest, but I'm cracking good at swinging a blunt object, if I say so myself. Got on with the Order of the Embers when Lady Warcraft asked for volunteers. Remember that? Strange as it seems, I started to feel a connection to the light working as an inquisitor. Can't explain it. I worship the Tide Mother. It caused me to seek out the Silver Hand and train as a paladin, but even then I wasn't satisfied. I came to the Dragon Isles to forge my own path, follow my own code, righting wrongs wherever I found them. Trevard and Kranos found me, and the rest is history. Why are you an exemplar of justice? Well, you can't tell. I'm insulted, I am. I'm joking, of course. If only we could tell who he was just by looking at him. Right and wrong have always been important to me, even when I was just a lad. My mum ran a shop in Bridgeport growing up. When Dad went off to sea, local ruffians started stealing her from her and harassing her. She tried to stop it, but the lawmen in town did nothing. I went hungry a lot growing up because of that injustice. But what was worse was how it affected my mum. I resolved to stamp out injustice wherever I saw it. That's what I've been doing. Trevor just put her name on it.
What? Not impressed by my sparkling personality?
How about the Draenei?
Everyone deserves compassion. Everyone.
On the Argus, we were always threatened by the Legion. I do not like fighting, but I became paladin to protect my people. I learned the ways of the light from a vindicator named Iriska. She taught me how to swing a mace, how to heal the injured, how to face demons without giving in to fear, but I lost her. When I came to Azeroth, I was lost as well. Thravid and Karanos found me wandering the Isles, easing whatever suffering I found. Thravard told me about Tyr, and I knew I wanted to become part of this Tyr's Guard. And yes, weirdly enough, a Draenei fits very well for the horseman of compassion. I'm humbled Thravard would give me that title. But really, being compassionate is the only way I can be. Perhaps I am shaped by countless years fighting the Legion. The Fel were notorious for inflicting suffering wherever they went. I've seen much pain in my years. No one deserves to suffer, no one. And everyone deserves help. That, I suppose, is why I was chosen. She's a normal Draenei. It's actually pretty immediately obvious. Oh. No, never mind, hang on. I'm wrong. That is a Light Forged. I hadn't zoomed in enough. Never mind, she's a Light Forged. Kill her! Alright, well, she's dead. So, Amani.
You need your big sister's help?
Why do I keep calling them Amani? Zandalari. Jesus Christ, Lord. Zandalari.
This tier thing is bigger than the both of
It's
us.
the third time I made that mistake. I trained under a champion of the light, Rawane Kane. When Rawane fought in the Battle of the Zaralor, I stayed behind. I was young and green, thought it would make no difference. But when Rani failed defending our city without me, I vowed I would use the light to my last breath to save all the lives that I could. That call brought me to Awaken Shore, and that's where the man Captain Traverd and the Watcher Karamas found me, told me about Tia. I found purpose in the stories of his heroics, and so I'm a recruit for the Tears Guard. Sacrifice, by the way. Isn't that interesting for a Zandalari? Oh, you know you should do Undermine, Mr. Red. It is because we trolls practice troll sacrifice. She doubles over laughing. Joke. You shall see in your face now. A sacrifice may sound strange. Maybe self-sacrifice or selflessness would be better. But you know these old organizations. Tradition is tradition. Tia never sacrificed anything or anyone but himself. Reminds me of Owani. She sacrificed everything for the Zandalari, and I would trade places with her in a heartbeat. I think I'm the exemplar of sacrifice because Traverd knows I'll fight for my last breath of my people and my new friends. Even Adwin.
Light bless you.
So, that just leaves
Practice, discipline.
order.
Must always strive to improve oneself.
Now that sounds like a weird pick for Blood Elf, but really think about this for a second. These people have been preeminent arcane mages for millennia. And they know so much about arcane magic that they practice it on a casual, everyday basis. When I was young, I remember Silvermoon falling to the Scourge. Oh yeah, by the way, he's also a young paladin. My world was turned upside down. Later, the city was taken back and restored, but I still wanted to protect my city, my civilization from that chaos and carnage. Oh yeah, they also have an Order Light Sunwell. The threat still yet linger in the Dead Scar. I looked to the light for guidance and strength against the Scourge. I joined the Blood Knights, then wandered to the Dragon Isles, searching for others in need of safety and protection from primalist chaos. When Traverd found me, I was fighting at the Flash Frost Assault, trying to restore order there. He and Karanis assisted me. Now here I am, and all's right with the world. Some have had peaceful lives and may not see the value of order, but it does seem like we are often beset by the forces of disorder and chaos, and need more order in our lives. I was a child when the Lich King attacked. Seeing all that disorder made a mark in me. I have lived to see Deathwing, the Legion invasion, the Banshee War. Order means the sun rises every morning. Order means children grow up with their parents. I want to be part of that. I want to instill order in our disordered world, and that's why I exemplify the virtue of the Tears Guard.
The Titans will guide you.
Yeah, I was actually, honestly, a little surprised she's a Light Force. She is. She's got the mark. She's got the eyes. Hello, Zaktav. Are you out yet?
For Tyr, goodbye. May Tyr guide you.
Everyone listen up. As your last day as recruits, your first day as members of the Guard. But first, Zerviles will honor you by bestowing upon you the armor of the Tears Guard. Don't worry, it's super cool.
A world without the Titans' influence.
Talthus, your ongoing fight for order is admirable. May this tabard and shield protect you for your final trial.
Welcome, welcome. Come here.
Lalaki, your selflessness is inspiring. May your shield serve you, as well as your selflessness serve the Guard. Dia was the selfless one. He sacrificed himself for the Vrykul. I can only look up to his example.
I have found my purpose.
Vel and I, like Tyr, you have great compassion for the weak. Protect them and yourself with this shield. It was done for weak and innocent, just like Tyr did.
Pleasure's all yours. Think on what is right.
Hadwin, with this shield, let your sense of right and wrong
people
protect
don't
you
do that.
as you serve Tyr. I became a paladin to fight for what was right. Now, as part of the Tears God, I will do the same.
Well met. Until we meet again. Goodbye.
All right. 4 quests.
Honored.
We've been having a good bit of time. Time enough for me to watch the gnolls around here. Gnolls are usually a nuisance, but the decay gnolls, decay don't just warp their bodies. Warp some minds, too. Decay monger rotspur is one of the worst of them. She's indiscriminate in who or what she spreads her decay to. The unwilling of her people, travellers, animals, children. If there's any justice in this world, she should be taken down.
If you don't want it done to you, then don't do it. It's really that simple.
I hope I have helped you.
It makes my heart ache to see what decay has done to the wildlife here. I cannot save all the creatures that live around Breckenhide Hollow, but I wish for my trail to save at least some. In a cave to the west, there's a family of bears recently corrupted. I believe we can heal them. Will you help me?
I am always here if you need me.
You need your big sister's help? Just say the word.
Much is said about how decay spreads to the air and ground, but also spread to water. Slimes that live in the rivers and streams ooze pestilence. Do what is toxic with it, but we wait in there, kill the big one. The poison will diminish. It'll poison me in the process, but I'm going to kill this one if that's the last thing I do. This place needs purging.
If anyone bothers you, you tell Noraki, okay?
For Tyr and...
I know why Trevard chose this area for our training. The decay here is chaotic and disordered. Things that Tyr, the Titans, are not. The nearby gnolls revel in decay, revolting. They have taken over territory that was once occupied by the proud, noble, and civil Tuskar. Tuskar have asked the relics they abandoned be returned to them. Please help me fight the gnolls and return to them.
Walk always.
You got it. And yes, I did, Zach Tab. And yes, you're watching Bumblebee. And yes, it's a good movie. But you didn't answer my question. They let you out yet? I'm not joking, by the way. The idea... Hello. Of... Whoop. Wrong button. The idea of a 4 horsemen of good is so cool. I'm going to make that a thing somewhere in some story I'm writing. I'm not sure which. I'll figure it out.
Decay still lingers in this place. We must do what we can to stop its spread. I am counting on your aid.
I think you're right, Asmira Star. As we point out before, some classes there's a degree of logic to other people not being able to make them. Death Knights and Evokers are both two big ones. But there's no reason anyone can't be a paladin, priest, monk, mage. I would say yeah, Dr. Nimbus. I wouldn't do it because, you know, you'd just be hearing crunch, and it'd be really rude and gross. But, you know, I can also recommend a lot of different fruits and vegetables. For example, something that's become a favorite snack of mine these days is just a big old bag of lettuce. Or like one of those pre-made salad bags. No dressing. I know what you're thinking. What? But no, really, think about it. Crunch. Crunch is so important. You gotta have crunchy treats while you're snacking.
Well met. For Tyr in all things.
And yeah, also Drust. Like, no offense, Lord Harriman, but I could see Forsaken Druids. Shamans is another one. Like, the thing is, most classes are things you learn. So there's no real, like... I could understand in vanilla why they'd be more limited. There's cultures and predisposition and lines and all kinds of stuff that interrupts that. But by this point in history, Azeroth is a bit of a melting pot, you know? Knowledge of disciplines and magic has spread wide and far. That's over there. Again, I could see it with Evoker, Because Evoker's
presence is a blight upon our lands.
kind of weird.
Festering, growing. It is time we put an end to this.
Like, Evokers were built. I would say, hypothetically, eventually other races could be, could learn Evokering, but, yeah, Evokers are different. Oh, yeah, I forgot Demon Hunters, right. So that's 3. Evokers were built, or grown, or however you want to think of that. Demon Hunters... The problem is, there are probably Demon Hunters out there who have the knowledge and skill to train other Demon Hunters. But the question very strongly becomes, why? The Legion's defeated. You know? They kind of did it. And yes, I know demons still exist, but, like, that's in the gray area. I could, if you wanted to push for that, I could be like, okay. You know, I could see it, but it's not quite as... But the third one is the really not going to happen one. That's Death Knights. There's no real person left who can make Death Knights at this point. Not that we have access to. Remember, Death Knights were one of the top tier of types of undead. They were very specialized and very difficult to make. You needed knowledge, you needed skill, you needed power. So Death Knights... Who even can make a Death Knight now? There is no Lich King.
Come, stand with me.
Now, Huthor already mentioned one of the ideas I had. Because, yeah, exactly. It's entirely possible that the Death Knight player character could do it. We're probably the single strongest Death Knight walking around the setting right now. We have the knowledge, we have the experience, we have the raw power, which is also required to do it. Yeah, exactly, Captain Zeus. Well, unfortunately, I do not mean it in the abstract. I really specifically mean the Death Knight PC. And yeah, I know we don't exist, but it's still true. That's true, Lord Harrimont. But power can be batteried, right? So since we have the skill and the knowledge, if we get a big enough battery of necromantic power, maybe... But at that point, that's a lot of hassle for making a new Death Knight, something that most Death Knights don't want to do. Remember, even the third Lich King only did that specifically to prepare everyone for the Shadowlands, for fighting Sylvanas specifically. So, and the Legion, back in Legion. So what's the motive? It's the same general problem as Demon Hunter. I could see you swinging it, but it becomes a big question of why.
Study, practice, discipline. One must always strive to improve oneself. Walk always in the light.
Especially if the death-hungering, killing-hungering thing is still a problem.
Deserves compassion. Everyone.
Troll, orc, human. They're all the same, really.
Greetings.
You'll complete their trial successfully? Good. I'm sure you played no small part of that. So one final step we need to take before I can formally induct our recruits as full-fledged members of the Guard. The initiation ceremony. It would make me proud if you stood with us. Will you join us?
May Tyr guide you.
I don't know. I myself have made the argument many times that people, if the Borg offered it, people would willingly join the Borg. I could see people willingly signing up for the Ebon Blade, especially since the Ebon Blade is actively working to safeguard the world right now. No, really, it's happening off camera, but we know they're off in Northrend fighting off the various warlords of the Scourge right now. They brought it up in Shadowlands, and there's hints that's going to show up in Last Titan, too. So, I could see people signing up for that. Anyways, I'm going to read all that out loud. Ahem. I'm glad we could bring some order to this place, but I look forward to our actual mission. Yes, we may be able to restore compassionate Tyr to our world. Passion! I think his first order of business will be justice, and it's about time. Ah, but you said order first. That's always Tyr's primary concern. Order or justice, Tyr will stand for it, no matter the cost. You do not think his gentle guidance and counsel are important? We do, but it seems like there's more urgent things, right? I mean, we don't know what his priorities are if we don't get to Tyrhold. Less talking, more walking, people. Barak. Whatever his stupid name is. Big, loud, barbarian guy. I mean, he wields a two-handed axe. Come on. At the end of the day, you could probably swing it for all three classes. And I'd be like, fine. What I would probably do is I would probably make the starter zone of a new... See, this is part of the problem. I would want there to be some in-lore excuse. Maybe excuse is the wrong word. Justification for it. Like a new Death Knight starter zone. No, really, a new Death Knight starter zone. Explaining what's going on, why you volunteered, you know, stuff like that, right? Same general thing. That's actually a good idea. Same general thing with Demon Hunters. You know, new recruits under whoever.
For Tyr, until we meet again. Telthis, Nolaki, Hadwin, Valune, come forward. I am proud to stand with you this day, and proud that you have come to embody the spirit of Tyr's legacy. Order, sacrifice, justice, and compassion. As captain of the Tyr's Guard, I welcome you to our ranks. May the light bless our mission. For Tyr! For Tyr!
Okay, that's cool. I'll give you that. By the way, small tidbit. You know why they don't have a dwarf here? Because then they'd have too many alliance races. Although I guess they could get rid of the Kultiran.
Well met.
Tyr's Guard stands once again. I feel renewed and very old. They still have much to learn, and I have much to teach them. On to the task of recovering Tyr's memories.
May Tyr guide you.
Champion! Trevard! You're back! And just in time. Eternus and Nosdormu are ready to track Tyr's disc.
Yes. In your absence, Eternus and I have used the Silver Scale and Infinite Magic to track the disc's fall through the Timeways.
Each portal is a gateway to a timeway relevant to Tyr. A time of his victory, a time of his defeat, and a time bereft of his influence. Taking a beacon and placing one at each of these moments in time and space will show us where Tyr's disc rests.
I will leave that to you, Champion, and the Tyr's Guard. Take the beacons and find the location of Tyr's disc.
Why, hello!
No.
Is this goodbye or hello? I keep losing track.
Question.
All right, people, form up. Telthis, Valune, take the right portal.
Aye, Captain.
Order and compassion.
Hadwin,
Good mix.
Nolaki, take the left portal.
Oh, you put me with this brute again?
Brute?
Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, well, this brute will kill more of whatever's behind that portal than you.
Justice and
I think it's best you
self-sacrifice.
stay behind and guard the portal with our dragon friends. But Champion, you and I are going straight down the middle.
Good luck, Trevard. Good luck, Champion.
For Tyr!
Oh yeah, also, did you catch that? The Blood Elf and the Draenei, and the Zandalari and the Kultiran. Yep. Like I said, it's not overt, but it's there. So, Storm Peaks. I believe this is during the Winter Scorn War? Don't quote me on that. If so, this is 20,000 years ago. I think this is now the furthest back we've ever been. The second being when we were in the Dawn of the Infinite, back during the Galakron incident. The first being the Black Empire. That is assuredly the farthest back we've ever been. I'm not even sure there's anything to see before the Black Empire. Oh, really? Okay. The beacons are lit. Tyr calls for aid. So, this is well done and all, but Dalaran's right there. See? You can see it right in the distance. I was actually going to comment on how well designed this was, because they put this over here instead of up there. If they put it up there, we could easily see the Ice Crown Citadel. However, there's the Ice Crown Citadel. Just ignore that. Ignore that. It's fine. It's fine. I think I like Marithra most of all those. I would have too, this minister.
It's like meeting again for the first time.
You're back. Did you activate your beacon? After some difficulties, yes. Another beacon. Give me 3, my friend. I'll give you 5. You can keep the change. Oh, that's... that's actually brilliant. Zandalari have 3 fingers. 2 fingers and a thumb. Give me 3. And he even, like, immediately followed through on that. I'll give you 5. You keep the change. I'm giving that a plus. That is surprisingly well written. Natural. You know, it smoothly slides in there in character, and it feels like a very normal way that turn of phrase would work for Zandalari. I'm sorry.
For Tyr.
The other 2 are on their toes, yeah. Valinai and Talthis aren't back. They must have had trouble with their beacon. Alright, we must lead the Tyr's Guard through the portal. You ready?
Goodbye.
Damn right I am. Let's do it! We need to go help them. We're going to go help them, right? Of course! We do what must for Tyr and for the Guard. For the Guard! Please make the Tyr's Guard like a faction or a hero class or something in Warcraft 4. Anyway, so, hey, speaking of the Black Empire...
Champion, Valinai has fallen prey to a faceless one. I can't get through to her.
We'll protect the beacon. Go and help Valinai.
This... You should never come back here lightly. The things that are here have long memories.
My commander, you once saved my life. Let me save yours. Come with me.
Stay a while, Valinai. I have another mission for you. Come closer, child.
It's luring you away from the beacon, away from us. Resist it, Valinai, for light's sake.
They actually specifically mentioned this is an era without Tyr's influence. And so this pretty much has to be the Black Empire of the past. Also, I actually had one person ask, how could they possibly create a facsimile of someone they've never met for someone they've never met? And the answer is actually very, very simple. The Void in general, and the Old Gods in particular, figure out how to trick you by reaching into your head. They probe first. They scout, for lack of a better way to term. And they figure out what stands out when they poke and prod. Remember, she told us her backstory about Iriska here immediately. It was probably right at her surface level thoughts. So, this is what we're going to use. And here we go.
Feta Voros.
Come, stand with me.
Oh god, that lag. Hang on.
I have found my purpose. To serve others by following Tyr.
Come on. Come on. Oh jeez, come on, game. Work with me. Okay. Yep, alright. So we're gonna Alt F4 again. Good lord. What's going on with the servers today? He asks redundantly. No, a bunch of children have been hammering the servers lately. Like all week. Yep, there it is. Yep. Yep, nope. This is straight up what's happening right now. Also, this is very unrelated, but I hate opening up Twitter because then there's trending. And trending is always some garbage. I don't even have to click it. You just look at what's trending and it's like, yeah. Yep. That's my faith in humanity gone. But yeah, this is children who are upset at not being able to cheat. That really is all it is. If I got rid of the Twitter page, someone else would just try to claim it and then use it for their own purposes. And I know what you're thinking. That's ridiculous. No one would do that. That's already happened, just not with Twitter. So no, I usually retain most of my accounts on most social media, even if I never use any of them. Just squatting on the name, essentially. To make sure no one else can use Lore Runner. I do have Blue Sky. I don't really use that either, if I'm being honest. Mostly just for announcements. I'm pretty sure I do have a TikTok. Don't quote me on that, though. Yeah, no, the servers are just stalling right now. So that's cool. See, the misinformation or people shouting about how Nazism is actually a good thing. Fresh reminder, this is an old meme, but it still checks out. We here at the Lore Walkers are totally cool with shooting Nazis in the face. BDOS, Blade of all. Same one that's been happening all week, actually. Pretty sure. As you can see, it's not even trying. I know, right? Cure white noise. How dare. I think that's the part that amuses me most. Like, people who decide to cheat in an MMO kind of, you know, get what's coming to them. She is being sarcastic. Shouldn't have with the Noibat. But, like, I don't know, that at least makes the most distant beginnings of sense, is that people like to cheat because they're stupid. People getting upset at there being consequences for cheating, that I don't understand that. That doesn't begin to process for me. Like, of course there's consequences for cheating. You cheated. I don't know what you want out of this. I don't know where you think this is going exactly. What were you expecting to happen? Accolades? I've seen that too, Luthor. As usual, the moment real money gets involved, things get weird. That's a general rule of human existence. No joke. The moment money gets involved, things get weird. I don't know how long this is going to be, by the way. We're in the middle of Voyager right now. Hang on. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? We are on Season 5, Episode 14, Bliss, which is the pitcher plant episode, if you remember it. Didn't they literally just nerf Muggsy? I don't know who that is or anything, I just recognize the name. What do you mean, Mr. Floyd? Or how do you mean? Like, Trek has always been compromising, going all the way back to TOS. You remember how much work and effort they had to do to make sure that Uhura kissed Kirk? And that was a barely thing, under unusual circumstances, and it still got banned from several studios. You remember Whoopi Goldberg being upset at Rick Berman for not allowing homosexuality to be acknowledged as existing in TNG? Favorite expansion? Probably War Within, at least at the moment. After that, probably Dragonflight. Current issues notwithstanding. This is doubly irritating because I was already doing a short shift yesterday. And I don't particularly want to do a short shift today, too. Just because some children are butthurt. I feel bad for people like that. I'm sorry, what, Zara? Yeah, yesterday's short shift was because of me going to dinner with the family. What does that have to do with anything? I'm sorry. I'm confused by your sentence. Dear Lore, aren't you a streamer? Yes? Did I convey the idea that I wasn't a streamer? Maybe I did, oh my god. Maybe my whole life has been a lie. I'm just gonna keep trying. There's no reason to even try anything else. I know hammering it isn't super healthy, but it doesn't matter. I have no other way of knowing when things come back up. No, the short shift today, if we have a short shift today, it'll be because the servers are down. Hence the statement, I really don't need another short shift just because of some children. What's really irritating is we're inches from a Mirdrasil. Like, we're probably 30 minutes away from hitting the final patch right now. It's just... Yeah, we have to do Chandra's quest, we have to finish up Tyr's quest, and that's it. Like, we're there. Yep, there it is. Official confirmation 1 minute ago. We're currently experiencing a DDoS attack, which is what, I mean, I used to deal with that professionally. I'm not a huge fan of this login screen. It's not bad. It's better than some of the ones we've had, but it's just... I don't know, I get the idea they want the whole portal motif, because, you know, classic WoW, but... What are we even looking at? Like, we're looking at Khazal Gur. That's Dornogal, right there. Like, it's actually styled after the frickin' area, so I can tell you what we're looking at specifically. But what portal are we looking through to look at Dornogal? Ah, hey Caspian. Thank you for the sub. Give me a moment, I'll go ahead and jot that down. Yes, every expansion has a different login screen. But not every expansion has had a portal screen. Pandaria didn't, for example. Let's see. Vanilla did, BC did, Warlords did. Legion did. I know I skipped a few there. No, Kata didn't. Wrath didn't. Legion did. I already mentioned Legion. BFA didn't. Shadowlands. I mean, Shadowlands did. I'm just gonna say Shadowlands did. Big giant portal in the sky, that counts. And then Dragonflight didn't, and then War Within does again. So they just keep bouncing around on this. Homeworld block. Kingdom Hearts 2. Metal Gear Solid 2. Wow, some of these Twitter responses are really horrible. I also like how many people are specifically complaining about being banned in the responses to the DDoS attack. Huh. Yeah, no bad, Uthor. No bad at all. Yeah, exactly, Bragwin. One of the responses, unban the accounts that y'all banned for the season just because of server issues. No. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, why don't you unban the people doing this so they get their way? Oh no, it's terrible, Xavion. I don't remember what it was. It was something really minor. But I was perusing a Twitter feed relatively recently. By that I mean like 2 years ago. It was... toxic fails to describe it. You know? Like, we need to dredge out another layer below toxic. It was legitimately deeply unpleasant to perceive. Like, it was bad. Fetid. I do like fetid. It sounds worse. But yeah, Huthor's right. When, well, Musk, let's just say it how it is. When Musk picked it up and started doing everything in his power to absolutely ruin the company and the platform, a lot of people bailed. AJ Palmer. Oh, it's gonna crush it off the deeper end, 100%. I could have told you that 4 months ago. I always knew Dragonflight would destroy everything. Maybe not always, I shouldn't say it that way. I actually at one point thought that Pandarian Legion would give it a run for its money, but no. I do remember that tournament, Uthor. No, I think War Within is going to crush Dragonflight. Like a bug. That's funny, Uthor. Oh, that's funny. I mean that, by the way. You can quote me that. You can put me on record. I think War Within's launch is going to score better than Dragonflight's overall. Look at her load screen. Yes, off the deeper end. Regardless of quality, Dragonflight is very much a "so you've never played WoW before" expansion. It is designed for new players. So it works a lot better as a launching point than any expansion has since, I'd say, Kata. More like Vanilla 3.0. Again, we already had Kata.
Come, stand with me.
Talthus is right. This can't be your friend. You should resist her.
Resist? This is my commander. She will prove it. Eriska, tell them what you would say to me when you would catch me daydreaming.
I would say... Foolish Draenei, I will end you.
Eriska? No. I must end you, sister. Faceless one! You preyed on my compassion for my friend! How did I fall for that creature's lies? I need time. I'm going back, champion.
We have this in hand, Valene. We will rally back at Tierhold. I will help guard the beacon. Champion, hold off that monster.
Okay. Done. You got anything else coming, or was that it? Yeah, monster held off. You got nothing coming. Come on. Well, I can tell you what his words are. You will all die drowning in your own vomit. Or something to that effect. Oh, sorry. Pitiful mortals. Zerval's return to Tierhold. Let Chromie and Eternus know we've been successful. We'll stay here and make sure the beacon isn't destroyed before they get the signal. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was about to point out how stupid this would be if we just left the stupid beacon here in the Black Empire. Like, no. Good news, we had slightly more of a brain than that. Go figure. Bad news.
Well met. Until we meet again.
The last beacon signal is strong. In a moment I'll have the disk's location. Anything I can help with? No, I just need patience as the devices and the spells do their work. Gerard will be ready when the time comes, I trust. So that... is this the gap?
For Tyr.
Trying to remember where the gap is. I don't think this is it. We were successful, but we barely made it back from the battle with the Black Empire. Eternus is still divining location, and while she does, I'd like to ask you a favor. I have unwavering faith in my recruits, but I'm worried about Valene. I would speak to her. I don't want it to appear as though I think she's failed us. Talk to her, make sure she's alright.
May Tyr guide you.
Pleasure's all yours.
Nulakai and I didn't realize it, but we had it dead easy. Doesn't seem fair, really. Talthus and Valene got a hole full of tentacles in Black Empire, Mara, so we got elementals? I'm gonna smell like sulfur gas for ages, but Valene, I can't imagine what she's going through. But I'm okay. In fact, makes me want to fight harder. That battlefield was in a world untouched by Tyr or the Light's blessing. Only one rule was the fighters survived. Made me realize a world without Tyr is a world without justice, and that justice is worth fighting for.
Think on what is right.
When we first arrived, I was paralyzed by what I saw all around me.
People don't do that.
A place that was all void, no light, no trace of the Titan's order. It was writhing and squishy. But Valene was not bothered. She set the beacon, but she was called away by that thing. She should have kept her mind on the mission. Those were orders, but I know she feels awful. I should speak to her.
For Tyr in all things.
Agreed, Ms. Miristar.
This Tyr thing is bigger than the both of us.
You asked me if I'm okay. You asked me if I'm ready. Huh. Zaval, did you see what the Black Empire did to our Valone? To my sister! Oh no, that cannot stand. That's why we follow the light. That's why we follow Tyr and the Titans. That scourge has no place here. If we bring Tyr back, we will bring light to every corner of Azeroth. There will be no place the void can hide. When Eternus finds the disc, I'll be the first one to go after it. I raise my shield for the light. I raise my shield for my brothers and my sisters. I raise my shield for Tyr.
Light bless you.
Nolakai here is actually probably my favorite.
I have found my purpose. To
Seeing
serve others by following Tyr.
seeing Ariska again. She was my mentor. Like a sister to me. I know she was an illusion, but to have to strike her down. I'm shaken to my very center. My heart aches, not just for Iriska, but that I let my guard down. Althus could have been killed. The beacon could have been destroyed. I've always thought my compassion was a strength, but is it weakness? No. Tyr had compassion. It was his strength. Must be more wary. The void is treacherous and will come in many forms. But I am ready. I will be fine.
I am always here if you need me.
See, the interesting thing about the Titans, and to be clear, I like this, the Titans are not necessarily good. They never have been. But they are so in opposition to things that are so much worse than them. It's easy to be on the Titans' side, or at the very least, to want to be, espousing some of the rhetoric of some of their better members, like Tyr. Ra would probably also qualify if he was still here. Because look at the alternative.
Greetings.
Glad to hear you're able to speak with her. Sounds like she is ready, despite what happened. A lesser person would not have been able to pick themselves up after that, but Valene is stronger than many of us realize. As soon as Eternus locates the disc, we will be ready.
I almost have it. The disc. It is in the Nighthold.
The Nighthold. Will it then be difficult to recover?
That depends on when. The Nighthold is in Suramar, a great and ancient city and the home of the Nightborn.
I sense a presence with the disc. A powerful one.
Elisande. Oh, that could be a problem. She's a powerful master of magic and would know the disc's power. She may not want to let it go.
Travad, I would take time to prepare before retrieving the disc. Elisande will be a dangerous foe.
I will have the champion at my side, but I agree. The Tyr's guard needs to rest and recover before we face another battle.
We'll be ready when you're ready, Travad. We'll get Tyr back.
I work to set up a headquarters for our order just south of here. I call it Tyr's Rest. Yeah, Nasdormu just called Elisand dangerous. That's interesting. Oh yeah, life is also horrifying. Everything needs to be in balance in this setting. It is actually quite Final Fantasy XIV in that regard. Is it here? I think it's here. No. Is it the next one? It's the next one. Here it is. Yeah, we've literally seen what overwhelming life can do. And we've read about how Draenor was going to be quite literally a dead planet because of it. The more I've learned about Elisand, the more I wish Travart had chosen someone else. Don't you say that. You'd added his team. You gotta do this together. I think, Yunoloka, you're right. We will stand together.
Everyone deserves compassion. Everyone.
And yeah, we've seen what too much death can do. We've seen what too much arcane can do. We've seen what too much fel can do. We've seen too much elements, and we've seen too much void. I think that's... Oh, and too much light, sorry. So yeah, I think that's actually everything.
A world without the Titan's influence. One pales at the thought.
Honored. If you don't want it done to you, then don't do it. It's really that simple.
Frost and fire as elements. And we've covered that extensively at this point. Like, we have so much experience with too much elemental energy. That arguably goes back to Vanilla. Never mind Kata, which was a big elemental expansion. And this one.
Rebels have raided a caravan of medical supplies and taken them.
Well, we'll see too much order a little bit better in the next expansion, but we have already seen plenty of too much arcane, even in this expansion. Remember the last boss of the Azure Vault?
I am listening.
No doubt you've seen the destruction that Farak continues to leave in his wake. While others fight him directly, my troops and I have been serving as the eyes and ears of the Green Flight. Though Farak's actions may seem erratic, there are trends to his strategies. You'll learn he is to have a secret meeting with Varanoth soon in Lunadane. This is a deviation from his recent tactics, and we need to know why.
Tread carefully.
Ugh.
I will meet you in Lunadane. Come swiftly and silently.
Sorry, the was for diffusion camps. Suffusion camp, whatever. I didn't care for those. At all. You know what? We're gonna lazy mode this really quick.
We protect the Isles. So
I'll be right back. Yeah, suffusion camps were just messy. Fine to do in a group, especially if you had a kill squad. Soloing them sucked. Even two-manning them was just irritating. Getting stuck in eternal combat and having poor drop rates, and it was also pretty much the same general format as Silithus was all the way back in vanilla, and I've never liked that format. Kill 3 of this to get an item to summon this, do that 3 times to get another item, do that 3 times to get another item, win. The rewards were barely worth it. There's a few cosmetic rewards, but I've never cared enough to bother, and I don't think I ever will. What are you talking about? What tree? I see a sword. Actually, the sword would be like over there. Okay. Let's at least hit the dream today. Come on. No, J. Palmer.
Speak freely.
Keep to the shadows. Lunadane is already crawling with Farak's forces.
Consider it done. On your mark.
Farak and Virnoth. You know what? 4 weeks, J. Palmer. Farak and Virnoth are already here. I spotted near the overlook at the northeastern edge of Lunadane. Landing close to the location would reveal our presence, thus we are forced to begin our mission here. However, the bridge connecting this area has been protected with fire magic, and we will not be able to break through. Destroy the wards.
Goddess, watch over you.
This area is swimming with far more primalists than I expected. Farak does not generally travel with guards, so I doubt they're here to accompany him. They seem to be trying to establish a foothold, but why? Perhaps whatever the incarnates are discussing will answer that question. In the meantime, let's thin out their numbers.
Keep your eyes sharp. We will thin out only enough primalists to safeguard ourselves. This is an intelligence mission, not a battle.
Yeah, these primalists are all fire for some reason. And they're wearing druid armor. It's very strange. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Yeah, they're all night elves?
Wait. These aren't primalists.
Nope. So you remember we were talking about the primalists being left over of previous organizations? Well, these are what's left of the Druids of the Flame. An organization I will never stop being amused does not consist of any druids. I know, it's persnickety that they're ex-druids, but still, it's funny to me, right? What are you? We are the basketball players of Flame, and what do? We play football! But you call yourself... Shut up!
These are druids. Ishnu-Allah. We will find the answers we seek.
She appears bewildered, but there's pain in her eyes. Druids of the Flame. Rock has conscripted them into his service? Why would any Night Elf agree to this?
Nature will heal.
Chandris, I hate to point this out to you. Night Elves have done many horrible things over the years. Like, you're a species, like any other species. There's no, Okay, that's not fair. There are actually several good species. But you're not one of them. Oh yeah, no. Druids of the Flame, who were already outcasts, for good reason. And the burning of Teldrassil, which was only about 7 years ago now? Yeah, no, there's actually a lot of logic behind the idea of these people being desperate enough to join Farak. Strangely enough.
Good. The fire blocking off the bridge should be extinguished now.
Destroying those stones appears to have extinguished the fire magic protecting the bridge, though I cannot say how long it'll stay that way. Best to move swiftly.
Tread carefully.
Druids of the Flame. She frowns deeply, eyes shut as she holds back her anger. To think that they still exist, that any of our people join Farak. We have a mission to complete. We need to cross the bridge to get close enough to the Incarnate so we can overhear. I'll shroud us so we can move between the elements, still guarding the way forward.
On your... Do you see that flower near the bridge? The druids are not destroying the flora here. They are pouring their burning magic into it.
We should take this back to the Aspects, along with any other samples we find. Let me know when you are ready to begin. Much remains to be done.
Sorry, what? I never played Cataclysm. Can you explain this to me? The Druids of the Flame are a cult, once led by the Archdruid Fandral Staghelm before his death in the Firelands. They worshipped Ragnaros and believed his power would consume Azeroth in eternal flame. Weren't they wiped out in the Firelands? I believe we killed every one of them. Some must have escaped and rekindled their cult. No matter, we'll hunt them down once more. How are they different from the Primalists? They both harbor a deep hatred for the Dragonflights. The difference is their goals. When Teldrassil emerged, Fandral Staghelm asked the dragons to bless it, as they once had Nordrassil. This would have restored our immortality, but the dragons did not believe it wise. Fandral and his druids resolved to reclaim their immortality by submitting themselves to flame, even if it meant the rest of the world would burn. Primalists wished to see Azeroth rid of the influence of the Titans, including the dragons and all they stand for. Their shared hatred may have forged this alliance. There's another layer here, but we'll get to that.
We will find the answer. Grab this flower, then we can sneak our way towards the Incarnates. Protective mist. These patches could shield us from the flames wherever we find them.
You told me not to harm their beloved children.
So you ally with these flame zealots?
Champion, watch out!
Oh, that's irritating. I'm right there. I'm right there. Come on, game. Just give it to me.
That was close. Be careful.
I'll teach me for playing it safe, because that's what got me caught.
We need a path into this stream. They know the way.
They do not share our cause. What have you promised them?
They do not need such incentives. They seek immortality and the living flame, and delightful destruction. Ugh. Why can't you ever just have some fun?
Oh, god damn it.
We can hide in the bushes up ahead. Stay far away from the Incarnates.
Why?
Do you not fear we are losing sight of our goals?
Nonsense. Victory is within our grasp. With our new allies, we will be more powerful than ever.
That is not what I mean, Farak.
Stop fretting and follow me. There is something I want you to see.
Oh yeah, Matt Mercer is definitely kind of leaning into Joker a bit with Farak. And Farak's interesting because he's part Ragnaros and part Deathwing. Which makes perfect sense considering the overall theme of this expansion, Legacy. And, well, one of the things Dragonflight has been doing a lot of is wrapping up loose ends. So, you could argue we never got a truly satisfying conclusion to Deathwing or Ragnaros. I would agree with that if you remember. Cataclysm, while I enjoyed the expansion quite a bit, started to fall apart towards the end of its narrative.
We should be safe here, so long as their attention remains on each other. Shall we begin? Consider it done. Keep your eyes sharp and your footsteps silent.
You see that up ahead? The Druids of the Flame have captured what appears to be a keeper. A guardian of nature, sacred to our people. And he's going to drop my Hearthstone this time. Stay hidden, and we'll listen to the Incarnates and discern what they intend to do with the Keeper.
Goddess, watch over you.
Behold, sister, the burning might of our new allies.
What have you done to this creature?
Imbued it with the living flame. The very flame we will infuse into the heart of their precious world tree.
Iridicron entrusted us to deny the aspects their prize, not twist it into some vile abomination.
Iridicron isn't here anymore. Besides, he is the one who set me free. Who begged me to drink deep of the Shadow Flame. He knew what was necessary to win this war.
We took up arms together to free the world from the Titans' meddling. That is the war I fight. That is the victory I seek.
We cannot achieve victory with our hands bound by your ideals!
Indeed. Then our course is set.
Those druids have opened portals here. We cannot return the way we came. I will hold off anything that comes through. Dispatch the Keeper quickly. Then we can escape.
I think my favorite thing about that cutscene is how naturally and quietly it confirms what we already kind of suspected. Iridicron personally begged Farak to drink of the Shadow Flame, and then loosed him on this, knowing that Farak would be like, yes! It's like he just said, Farak thinks this is about winning the war. We know better. Farak is just the distraction. He's a nice, big, earning distraction. And in fairness, he's a good distraction. Like, he's something that needs to be dealt with. I'm not trying to diminish that. Yeah, when you loose the Hulk on a city, you kind of know what you're getting into. Oh yeah, meanwhile, Viranoth is like, what in the crap, dude? And she's also smart enough to not oppose him to his face. Did you catch that? Frankly, right now, Farak could probably kill Viranoth.
I never miss a shot.
I had feared what we might learn today, but this is beyond anything we could have prepared ourselves for.
Nature will heal.
So, Druids of the Flame have allied with Farak to help him invade the Emerald Dream. They were able to turn that Keeper to flame with hardly an effort. Farak must be bolstering their power, maybe as payment for their aid in accessing the Dream. We need to mobilize troops immediately.
Goddess, watch over you. Take this whistle. One of my hippogriffs can quickly ferry you back to Valdrakken.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Elune, watch over you, champion. Over us all.
I guarantee you that Iridicron does not give a flying damn about the other incarnates. What he's actually after, that's a little bit trickier. I've heard a lot of theories. Well, no, he's not after the Dark Heart, because he's already given it away at this point. Well, I am now invisible. Behold my... Ah, I'm back. What is that quest? Now, just double checking something.
I bring order. Report back. So that is why Farak has been focusing his assault on the Onoran Plains. I will meet with... Wait. That sudden chill. Do you feel it? By the aspects. She is here.
Guards, to the lower ledge!
Champion, follow us and prepare to fight!
Weird that it didn't show up till now. Thank you for the sub, Jesse Ward. Thank you for 4 years of support. As usual, if you want to put that anniversary sub towards something, please let me know. I think that Eretocron, at least initially, cared about screw the Titans. Past that, who knows? Hello, Viranoth.
I will find Alexstrasza. You will not stop me.
Be gone, incarnate! You are not welcome in our city!
I must speak with Alexstrasza. Out of my way, all of you.
My forces protect.
I will speak with your Dragon Queen.
Then speak.
No doubt you are aware of what my brother is after.
Every gateway to the Emerald Dream has been secured, and is well defended.
It is not a gate he seeks. With the Druids of the Flame at his side, Farak will tear his way into that realm, and march his forces upon the World Tree.
His forces? They will fail. This World Tree will not be burned.
Burn it? He comes to claim it. To twist its pure heart into a mirror of what his own has become. Cruel, blazing with insatiable malice, and wreathed in shadow. I cannot stand with him. He is my brother no more.
Viranoth.
Do what you will with this knowledge. Farewell, Alexstrasza.
Stand with us.
Why would I do that?
Because you are a protector of this world. And you do not want to see it burn. Please, hear me now. I failed you before. I failed our people.
Yes, you did.
I will not fail them again. Stand with us, Viranoth, for all dragonkind.
I think my favorite thing about that it could be argued that Alexstrasza reaching a hand out to Viranoth is foolish or stupid or whatever. But the way that presentation, right? Execution is everything. It's very clear based on animation and voice acting that that wasn't decided, if that makes any sense. If that Alexstrasza didn't think, I should try to convince her to do it on its own. It was very impulsive. It was very spur of the moment. Just as Viranoth is walking away, Alexstrasza cannot stand to see her walk away again. And just to join us. And then, like, there's this moment of her, like, pulling back as she realizes what she's just said and how stupid what she just said is. But it's clear that the earnestness of that is what gets Viranoth's attention. It gets Viranoth listening. Then Alexstrasza follows it up by admitting her faults and apologizing, taking ownership of it. That keeps Viranoth listening.
I serve the aspects. Guards, back to your posts.
Also, they don't say it out loud, but there's something implied there. Viranoth cannot deal with Farak because Farak is crazy and insane and covered in shadow, right? But Farak only did that because of Iridikron. So she lost both her brothers. Just checking something really quick. There it is.
Come, stand with me. I hope I have helped you.
Give me 1 sec. I'm just double checking something. That's what I thought. Oh, assuredly, Lo.
May Tyr take your hand.
She's probably the only true believer in the cause they ever had. Like I said, Ridikron's still a bit of a question mark. Farak's a punk. Razagath was broken and stupid. And impulsive as hell. Like, you think Farak's bad. No, Razagath was like... And that's pretty much her personality in a nutshell. What do you mean, Shiny? Because she's not relevant to his plans, Trahexia. Or he's smarter than we even think he is. Hear me out for a second. Iridikron, to our knowledge, doesn't want to burn Azeroth. Ensuring that Viranoth is left to her own devices and pretty much guarantees that she's going to go against Farak at some point. Which is another limiter. Which can then prevent Farak from burning the world. Food for thought. Marathos, what have they done to you?
Greetings to you. Farewell.
He needs to be healed now. We're too out in the open here. Sundered Flame Lawless can ambush at any time.
Fair skies and strong winds.
They're taking off with the prisoner. Ah! Really? Guys, really? Your boss is dead. Your organization is dead. Stop being bandits and piss off. Emberthal?
There is much to be done.
You moved him on your own. That was risky, but you're right. Marathos is gravely injured and we do not have much time.
Stay true.
Really? They seem to know Sarkaroth is gone, but because their missions were so far from Zarla Cavern, it looks like they never heard how he met his demise. We should talk to them. Maybe if they knew why so many of their brethren now follow me, they would not become ebon scales again. Or... this could backfire catastrophically, but I feel like we need to try. Quartermaster Doro seems to be in command. Go speak to him. I don't think he'd listen to me.
Serve with honor.
Oh, hello.
What was done to Marathos goes beyond what simple healing can fix. We need to get him out of here. We'll need extra care. Thankfully, there are herbs nearby to give him a healing boost. Enough to get him standing anyway.
Take care of yourself.
Not only did they beat them, they put him in shackles. That's worse. I probably would have done the same. We will not be able to carry him out of here with the weight chained. The key must be in the camp. Yeah, I got the key right here. There we go. Hey, so we need to have a chat.
Tell me of your glories.
Parley with my master's sworn enemy? Never. Emberthal wants unity and would welcome you as ebon scales.
We should spar sometime.
The sundered flame will never be extinguished. Death before dishonor. Okay. Give you one more chance. This is it. This is your last shot. Alright. Die. I mean, I think it was you, Huthor, made the joke of Hulk, smash. But that really is what Iridikron said to Farak. In fact, it's Iridikron's last words to Farak. Like, there's nothing past that. Oh my gosh. Did you surrender so I don't have to kill you? That's awesome. I mean, I love killing Death Tool. So, there they are. Look, did you not see me just take out those 5 people? Piss off. But I can take you now? No, I healed after that fight. Oh. Okay. Here's a relevant question, and we're in the era of WoW storytelling, which is good. So the writers probably thought about this. When do you think Iridikron and Xal'atath communicated? Better question. Who do you think reached out to the other first? Remember, the actual introduction... No, overlooked. The actual introduction quest we saw, the first cutscene we saw, really, of Iridikron, is him going directly to the Forgotten Reach and beelining straight for the Dark Heart. So he knew it was there. I could see that, Trihexian. Trihexian?
I am ready to serve.
Do you have orders for me?
Yeah, he's also smart enough to not stick around. You don't deal with the Void on a long-term basis. Dip your toes into the water and then leave.
Take care of yourself.
That was a good episode.
And strong winds. Take care of yourself.
Let us begin.
The Sundered Flame here is not going to take Quartermaster Doris's death well. They're going to become looking for me. Marathos and Mithra are vulnerable. We cannot let them find us. Secure the perimeter. Keep the Sundered Flame away from them.
Fair skies and strong winds.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential malleability in who reached out to whom, who offered who what. We'll see. Or maybe they'll never clarify, who knows.
Stop! We have come only to help our friend!
Marathos the traitor?
What?
And you will share his fate!
Oh, God. I know what happened.
Stand down! They are your allies, not traitors.
Winglord Desran! You have returned to lead us, to carry on Sakura's legacy!
No. That path led us to ruin. We must bridge the divide between us. The Sundered Flame must become the Ebon Scales once more. I relinquish my command to Scale Commander Emberthal.
Winglord! Please, stay with us.
I cannot. My crimes demand exile.
With all due respect, sir, these soldiers need you.
We can unite our people, Desran. I would be honored if you served as my Winglord.
Very well. Reporting for duty, Scale Commander Emberthal.
So, as if I didn't already know that I just fell to my death. Yep, here we are. You could really tell, because all the textures, you probably didn't even notice, all the textures on their models were a little bit blurrier than they should be. It's because I was far away, and there's natural culling in this game. Yeah, LOD. Sorry, not culling. LOD. I can't remember what LOD stands for. Ah, whatever. Level of detail. Thank you. I knew it was something simple. Where's Zervile? So how did that happen? What's funny is I can tell you exactly how it happened, because I actually suspected it would happen the moment it triggered. See, a cutscene triggered while I did a auto-run jump forward. Normally, what happens when a cutscene starts is it arrests your movement. But the problem was I was in midair with an auto-run going. So it probably arrested my movement and then started the cutscene, but then because it's now past the trigger to arrest my movement, the auto-run, which was never canceled because I was in the air, never got canceled. I've actually seen that happen before. It's pretty rare. It requires microsecond timing. I'm pretty sure I couldn't do that on purpose if I wanted to. Don't worry, everyone. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. I threw it on the ground.
What do you have to report? We will find our fate.
I'm glad the Winglord Desmond arrived when he did. If he didn't, this would have gone very differently. We must take Mirthos back to Valdrakken so he can recuperate, but now that I've debriefed Desrin, we'll send an envoy to help reintroduce him to our people. They have suffered. We have suffered. Perhaps now we can all heal.
Serve with honor.
That was really funny. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you, Disco Inferno. Was Desmond in the starting zone? I actually don't remember. Yeah. I really don't. He's been one of the regulars, alongside Emberthal, Sarkareth. Us, arguably.
Let us begin. Fair...
Winglord, it is good to have you back. After we left you in the Titan Vault.
I am proud to see how you have grown since I last saw you both. But now, go. Get some rest. Emberthal and I must talk.
You were a good leader, Desrin. Hamithra and Maratos idolize you. When you left, it took some coaxing for them to follow me.
I don't deserve their loyalty. I believed Sarkareth's rhetoric. I didn't recognize what he stood for.
A wise dragon once showed me that my future, and his, was not in the past. It was in my people. We have a chance now to finally unite the Drakthir. Will you help me?
Help you? It sounds like you're more likely to help me.
Suri! I wondered if I'd recognize you in your visage. But somehow I just knew it was you.
I felt the same sensation. Your visage suits you well, my friend.
It does, doesn't it? Abyssian said to look inside and let the magic within express how I wanted to be seen. I guess the old dragon was right after all.
His visage is that of a Tauren, correct? And it seems many dragons take the form of elves. I confess I am still learning the difference between them.
I hear some dragons even choose to look like gnomes. Whatever that is.
Rathian could not tell me why our visages are so distinctive. Perhaps ours were meant for a different purpose.
All I know is that I like what I see. In myself and in you.
I've always liked the idea, I'm not sure if they ever formally confirmed this, that, okay, now kiss, that the Drakthir were never intended to have visages. It was just a byproduct of Neltharion not really knowing what he was doing. If you paid attention back in Aberrus and the lead up to it, his overall approach was throw a whole lot of crap at the wall and see what sticks. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of failures along the way, including the 3 we fought as a boss fight. So, my opinion. And yes, there's 2 Drakthir reveling up there. Okay, so. No, I love the look of this hammer. Here, let me... Stop. There we go. That's why I actually switched to this. I might hang out in this form a little bit more. It's also got this nice delay effect. It's more obvious when I pull it out. You see it? There's like a time-delayed echo on it. I might not use this long-term for this character, but I know who is going to use this time long-term in the very next expansion. I didn't even notice that Kira White Noise. Wow. Alright, let's do the Drakthir quest. Let's do the Drakthir quest. I believe this is it. Feel free to check me. But this should be, like, it. It should be a Mirdrasil. That is to say, the dream after this. The flyer is illustrated with inviting sketches of Drakthir eating, sparring, and having fun. Calling all Drakthir. Do you feel adrift after the events of the underground? Do you want to bond with your crush mates? Do you just need someone to talk to? God, I forgot about the heritages. I'm so stupid. I keep forgetting about stuff. Okay, so heritages and dream. Come join us at the Wernrest for food, fun, camaraderie. All Drakthir are welcome. No, we're gonna... The Eridar quest is functionally, as far as I'm concerned, part of the Draenei. So we're gonna do that right before it. Well, we still need to do Troll and Forsaken first. Oh, no, Night Elf and Forsaken, excuse me.
There is much to be done.
Everyone's tired, that much is clear, but this kind of togetherness will help us start healing.
Good health to you.
Was that it? Is that just a way to get me down here? I've already talked to everybody. Well, okay.
We will shape our destiny.
Aw. Okay, so it's Troll Draenei. It's a shame, it should have been Troll Night Elf. Heyo!
This world is vast and wondrous.
It's good to see you again. Despite her words, she regards you warily. I'll kill you. Not
fair skies
I would
and
never do
strong
that to you.
winds.
I'm ready. What do you need?
This place is great! I'm glad we managed to secure some space given how crowded Valdraken's getting. The dragons will need to acknowledge our kind and our contributions. Probably a good thing Sarkareth is not here. He would be livid and demand one of the big Dragon Roost towers. I just find where Viridia went. How have you been adapting? The Horde turned out to be a collection of undisciplined misfits and outcasts, all held together with a loose desire to be better people and honor. That is a fantastic description of the Horde. Can I read that out loud again? The Horde turned out to be a collection of undisciplined misfits and outcasts, all held together with a loose desire to be better people and honor. Also, look at this visage. Look at the legs, this face. Oh, it's magical. Now, Therion had mentioned it might eventually be something we might try, but he never really elaborated on the limitations. Now, Therion, well, they started calling him Deathwing before he died, and he earned the title. I'm proud of what my Wern is capable of, but I'm terrified to think of what he might have asked us to do if he started using us in the field.
You have your orders.
It's a good question. How would we describe the Alliance?
Of the Drakthir.
The Alliance does not have enough order and discipline for my taste, but they show promise and mean well. Given time, we might mold them into a more unified and dignified fighting force. Yeah, that's the Alliance. Generic as hell. No identity of its own. Now, Therian. I would counter with another question. Does it matter what I think? He is dead. I'm told that before he died, he did a great many evil deeds, became corrupted by old gods, and his children in flight were made war on this world and the likes of that which led to the cataclysm. To me, he was a father and leader. To everyone else, a murderer and a world breaker. I'll choose to remember him mildly. So what if the HVA happens again? Ha! Well, allow me to congratulate you in advance. I'm sure your forces will appreciate losing to only the best.
The Obsidian Warders stand proud.
Okay, so... Ooh. No, I know Heritage. I'm thinking. Do I want to do tier before or after the dream? What do you think? I don't remember where it's supposed to happen because it's the same patch. I feel like for stream purposes, it'd be better to do tier first. That way, Dream can be a one-shot all the way up to and including a Mirror Cell. So, yeah, let's park here. And we're going to do one other thing really quick, because I didn't see it earlier. Oh, thank God. I was worried about switching characters because of the server hiccups. Sorry, right, Disco. Right. God, I've now answered you 3 times, twice in my head, and once out loud. I did answer you. Okay. Government. Library. Maintenance server. An MMO is extraordinarily cheap to maintain in maintenance mode. Most people don't understand this. You only need a skeleton staff who just deals with little annoyances and hiccups along the way. Basically unexpected stuff. And a minimal amount of pipe, electricity, and server space. We also, in the modern era, we have access to things like dynamic server size. In other words, back in the day... How do I explain this? Back in the day, you used to have a server that could accommodate X. And if it ever had less than X, the rest would just go to waste. Now, that makes sense, obviously, but my point is that you always needed to have the best possible server itself. Oh. Hang on, I apparently don't understand your question then. Okay, Law says you can't have it, so if you lapse in your sub, they can't lock you out of what you've paid for. How does Walk into get funded the system? What? Okay, at this point, I don't understand your question. Could you rephrase? Because I don't understand.
The Isles have awakened.
Princess Vorkastraza. I believe the only way we could teach Bellastraza to be less obsessed is to show her firsthand how it makes others feel. Vorquin are beautiful creatures, but they're incredibly high-maintenance companions who need a lot of care. Lysindra in Valdraken has a baby Vorquin for Bella. Maybe she'll learn getting a taste of her own medicine.
Until we meet again.
If WoW closes tomorrow, how'd that be legal considering we bought it? It would depend on if they classify it as a product or a service. As strange as that sounds. Like, you know, if your hairstylist decides to go and shut down because of whatever reason, you don't get to sue the hairstylist because you no longer get to get a haircut, even though you have given them plenty of money over the years. And that's also... See, now I'm confused because that's also, like, part of the answer I was already giving you. The long-term solution, because I've put thought into this, is to allow for an MMO library. You have a large-scale server. It has dynamic live server VMware going on, right? So this overall server is actually handling STO, Tor, WoW, FF14, Asheron's Call, and EverQuest, all on the same server. Now, you might think, how is that possible? But again, that's why dynamic servers are a thing, because the amount it allocates is dependent upon how many players are playing at a given point in time. Make sense? So it's actually astonishingly easy to do this. I myself personally have actually set up these kind of servers before. And that's when I worked as a network engineer, which, if you remember, was almost a decade ago now. So this is old hat at this point. So you set up servers, and then you have like a subscription fee to the library, right? You subscribe to the library of the EU and MMO maintenance. We'll call it MMMM. MMOM? Mom. There we go. Perfect acronym, no problems with it. So you have a subscription to Mom, and then you just log into whichever MMO you want to grab that they are still maintaining in maintenance mode. There's no updates, there's no new content, but the game is still there. There actually are MMOs that are still just sitting there in maintenance mode because, again, it costs pennies to maintain that. And there's not really a lot of benefit in pulling the plug. But if that doesn't answer you, then I give up. I have failed you, Disco. If subscription services are made... Okay, so that's a very different question. So if subscription services are made illegal as a concept... Oh, that's bad for WoW. That's a good thing overall. I'd probably take that trade-off, but oh, that means WoW would die instantly. Hear me out. Sorry, I'm like 10 steps ahead of you. What happened is Guild Wars 2. Now, there's... Have you seen Guild Wars 2's shop? Because it's one of the worst ones out there. It's terrible. And worse, they gear the game around the shop. Like, you want to have some cool, interesting, thing in Guild Wars 2? You have two options. Yeah, it's worse than STO. You have two options. Real money or legendary crafting. I shouldn't say legendary. That's actually not fair. Legendary or Ascended, I think, is the step right below of legendary. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be getting my terms wrong. Both of them are extensive, arduous, and grindy as hell. They are designed to be grindy as hell because they want you to just spend real money on that crap. So, yeah, either... so there's only two options. They would do the Guild Wars 2 method, which was microtransaction everything to pay for the game. Or they would go the EverQuest method, where every patch is actually another expansion, which you then have to pay for. Imagine paying for 9.1. That's it. Those are pretty much the options.
I never gave up hope.
Thank you, Zalash. Zalash said this one is more beautiful than anyone else's. I will name her Princess Vorkestraza. Princess, come here and we can play. Come here. Come here. Over here. I said, last attack!
Ah, Aspect's grace.
I mean, honestly, given a choice between Guild Wars 2 or EverQuest, I'll take EverQuest. In terms of subscription model. Sorry. Guild Wars 2 is obviously a better game. You get my point, though. Like, I'd rather pay per patch than pay for that nonsense. That's just, oh my god. Because you have to understand, Guild Wars 2, like I said, Guild Wars 2 is very geared towards making you spend money on it. Like, the fundamental design of the game inclines you towards it in both subtle ways and obvious ways. So, like, my entire outfit I'm currently wearing, none of this would be something you could actually get in Guild Wars 2 without spending money on it or grinding for it. So I would just have whatever my actual armor is. And as it happens, I can actually show you what my actual armor is because I don't have a transmog on my tank spec. So I've been running around like this. That's fine. But actually, this is probably not even representative because this is still, a tier set, which I wouldn't have something like that. I wouldn't have this mount. I wouldn't have this mount. I wouldn't have any of these mounts, actually. I wouldn't have the ability to customize my Wilder Drake. I wouldn't have housing. I wouldn't have any of the stuff I could put into housing. It's a lot. I have said for many, many years that the moment an MMO goes free to play is the moment that MMO has essentially died. I have never been proven wrong on that, with the sole exception of Guild Wars 2, which is pretty much just pulled off a miracle. Every other MMO has just kind of the moment they pull that plug.
We safeguard Valdrakken. The city awaits your return.
Billistrasse has learned much through her Vorkwin Foal, but I thought of one more lesson that should be excellent for her. Her lack of patience has been stumping me for some time. Recently I was reflecting by the water, watching the turtles go about their day, and I was hit. Worley has the perfect battle to test Billistrasse's patience, but poor Princess Vorkastraza doesn't have the endurance. Can we beat them and lend them a hand?
Honor all dragons.
Yeah, pretty much, Huthor. Like it or not, Blizzard pulls in a fairly large amount of money from its shop. And to be clear, and I'm going to be very honest about that, I find that disgusting. But there's worse things. You know, me and my brother-in-law, as we were going to dinner last night, were having a discussion about actors that are actually worth a damn as far as human beings. And one of the things we discussed is that being a dick is kind of a gradient. You know? It's a good example, Czar. RuneScape is absolutely a perfect example of that, because RuneScape, and I don't remember which one, I think it's the modern RuneScape, not the classic RuneScape, is so ridiculously over-monetized. It is the biggest reason why I don't just recommend people try out the new RuneScape, because otherwise it's actually a pretty good pretty good game, all things considered. Said that. They over-monetize the crap out of the modern one, and they have to because they can't monetize the classic one. That would just not work. Anyways. She was supposed to win. How do you know she win? You didn't finish the game. Princess was losing. Make the turtle play right. Your friend is here. Maybe she can help. Zalash, can you help Princess Vorkastraza get through this battle? Not until she asks nicely. Please? Yeah, no, exactly. Christian Bale's a good example. He's a dick, right? And he is. Dwayne Johnson is a dick. The guy from Fight Club. The main character from Fight Club. He's a dick, right? But in the overall gradient of how horrible actors have been over the years, that's honestly pretty far... Edward Norton, thank you. That's actually pretty far over here in the acceptable territory. Because they're merely a dick. There's much worse than that.
What has the wind brought?
Okay, so
may your rivers be ever bountiful.
No, no, I didn't. Okay, hang on. Alright, Metal Man, you're gonna have to carry us here.
We defend this world together.
Dwayne Johnson is an egomaniac who actively goes out of his way to sabotage projects in order to try and make himself seem bigger in them. You know, he's a dick. Like, I feel like I already summarized this pretty well, honestly. Interestingly enough, Tom Cruise already went through kind of the same arc Dwayne Johnson is going through, and came out of it the other end a better person, interestingly enough. Because that happens sometimes. Every now and again, an actor kind of dips into dick territory and then dips back out of it. Interestingly enough, William Shatner did that, and in his old age has dipped back into being a dick. It's like, dude, come on. You managed the redemption arc. See there? Princess Vorkastraza is very strong. She just needed patience and a little help. Sometimes even the strong ones need a friend to help them out. Now, you had a little help too. Someone who helped you finish the game? Yes. So what do you say? Thank you, Zalash. And thank you, Lastak. I'm sorry for yelling at you. It's okay.
Part of the joy of exploring is documenting our finds.
Anyway, sorry. Getting back on task. The WoW shop is bad. But on the overall gradient, it's pretty far over here in acceptable territory. We have so much worse. None of the big MMOs have as bad as it gets when it comes to monetization. That's the realm of the mobile trash and the really bad survives for 6 months Korean MMOs. I apologize, I shouldn't call them Korean MMOs, but it's more or less the genre of game. I use that term because it's very descriptive. You probably know immediately what I'm thinking of when you think of Korean MMO.
What do you seek?
She has truly come a long way since arriving at the daycare. While she still has more to learn, I'm extremely proud of her. She has expressed a desire to accompany you. Well,
may the flights
as it happens, I have a place just for her. Right here. Right next to Ruziona.
This is the seat of their power.
An egg from the bronze dragonflight is ready to hatch. Report to Zaius in the Ruby Life Shrine to pick up the egg, and then I request you bring it to the Oathstone to hatch it in a place strong with their power. Once complete, bring it back here. Oh, this is going to sound stupid, Disco, but I feel like popcorn is a good pick for the Dollar Trilogy. Especially like, you know, salted, not like really oily, buttery popcorn.
The Isles.
I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Is it? Okay, it is. Bingo, Zar. See, Zar got it immediately. Yeah, that's another thing. When a lot of people put pay to win as worse than pay to cosmetic, and that's debatable. But there's also a worse thing, which most people, I think, don't even encounter, because most people just avoid those games or even familiar with them. That's pay to have basic functionality.
Of medical supplies and taken them back to this encampment.
If you think about it for a second, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And yet, Tor is a good example of pay to get access to basic functionality. Although there is still worse than Tor. Much worse than Tor. God, would you like to be able to move faster? Yeah, ESO kind of dips its toes into that. STO kind of dips its toes into that. And yeah, exactly, Lord Harriman. Imagine if you could only do 10 quests a day. In... Oh, what? Oh, thank you. Imagine if you could only do 10 quests a day. In WoW. Imagine if you could only do 1 roulette a day in FF14. Yeah, time traveling, baby. No thank you. I'll use RuneScape as another example. Imagine if... So RuneScape is anchored on these giant... They don't call them quests, I think, but there's these... You know, RuneScape kind of does quests like STO does quests. A quest is like a whole thing, right? It's not just a go do this and then return. Imagine if you can only do 1 of those quests, let's say a week in RuneScape. Or you could pay. Don't worry. What you actually do is you buy a pack, and each of those packs gives you extra tokens to then be... I'm going to stop here. We've gone pretty far down the rabbit hole. That's really all I'm trying to get at, is we have plumbed the depths of bad monetization by 2025. I remember, to my dismay, that once upon a time I did a video on YouTube decrying All the Bravest, which is a mobile wallpaper game, and how awful it was. And it was awful. And it is awful. And it is absolutely nowhere on the scale of how bad things have gotten.
Welcome. It has been so long.
While red dragons enjoy their surroundings lush and lively, bronze prefer their environments dry and sandy. I'm sure you can find materials for a hatchling's nest in the temporal conflux. I have read that bronze whelps also enjoy an appropriately sized basin to curl themselves in. My friend at the inn has exclaimed often about an excess of bowls. I'm sure she would not mind if we got one off her hands.
Aspects watch over you.
Also, can I just say, for just being a bird, these mounts are really cool. All the Onaran mounts, or Onara mounts, excuse me. This specific one, I'm not sure which one this is, actually. I've only got like 2 of them, I think. Yep, I was right. This is the finish the Wake Me Up achievement. And I also have the one for just Dream Surge, which is the cheap one. So this would be the one to go do the meta achievement in Onaran Plains. Onaran. God. Mind if I borrow this? Thank you. Olaf, what are you doing? Okay. Good to know. I actually had a friend ask me a very pertinent question to the monetization thing. The question was, what level of monetization would you consider acceptable in WoW? Assuming you have to have some, right? Assuming you can't just say none, or like subscription fee. Ironically, the answer I came up with is pretty much where WoW is right now. You overpay, and let's be clear, you are overpaying, for basics, fees and services, along with cosmetics, which is primarily in the form of mounts. I'm not a fan of that. But that, I wasn't joking earlier. That really is on the lighter end of how bad can get. And it's imminently avoidable. It has periodically made cosmetics in the game worse. I actually complained about that back in Warlords, and gave it its own negative in Warlords, if you remember. They have gotten better about it. That stupid Brontosaur?
Yo!
Yeah, we're good.
Hurry back!
No. What's going on, Uller? But come on. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Wow. Alright, Disco, I believe per the rules of the internet, you now have to challenge Tsar to Mortal Kombat. I'll provide the music, or at least I would, if not for the fact that that song is incredibly copy-wronged. Seriously, I tried that once. I believe that's Warner Brothers? Don't quote me on that. Either way, they suck. You ever think about how insane that really is, by the way? Sorry, I would play a few seconds of a song, but I'm worried that someone will claim legal ownership of my video if I do that. Like, you ever just sit back and think about how insane of a sentence that is? Sorry, off topic. Are you wearing perfume? How'd you know?
Aspect's grace shine down on you.
Bronze... I'm sorry, I'm gonna read that out loud. Bronze dragons are like cats. They defy time and space.
Stand firm in your duty.
I cannot say I understand the Bronze Flight's predilection for sandy environs. I find the granules get everywhere.
Continue to serve.
Whatever. We're cool, we're cool. Okay. Yeah, so... that's actually nothing new, as weird as that sounds. I mean, I know they have... Let me walk that sentence back. One of the reasons cosmetics have always been a little bit more insidious is because in any multiplayer game with cosmetics you can pay real money for, you are encouraging other people to buy that product, right? That's just how that works. You see something cool, you want something cool, you pull out your wallet, right? Obviously that doesn't work on everyone, but the more people wearing the suit, having the gun, having the name tag, you know, walking around in the mount, whatever, the more likely, the more people who are going to see it, and the more likely at least someone somewhere is going to say, I want that. What MBM is, because I actually have heard of this, is trying to escalate that already naturally occurring process, which was just happening normally. So, Swift Shot. There's been some insane examples over the years off the deeper end. Some really bonkers stuff. What? What's going on? I was having a nice nap. I think I got a message from Lillian. I'm gonna go see what's going on with her. Wait, hang on. I've literally just had a thought. Should I save this for after? Or should I do that first? Where does Gilneas start? Does anyone know? Because I didn't see the starter quest for that. I've been paying attention for it. It is in Veldraken. Didn't I see it? No, but I was looking on Zerviles. You probably can see why I'm thinking that right now. Isn't it? No, I'm gonna do this first. Hang on. What kind of hearts do I have? Okay, I do have $1 in heart.
What is it?
We're gonna...
Embrace the shadow.
Yeah, could you make this my...
Trust no one.
1 second. Okay. Yeah, no, it starts right where I just was. But you'll notice it wasn't there. Fortunately, we do have an answer for that.
I am forsaken.
Alright, Swift Shot, it's time to release you from time walking. I think I've never seen the Veldraken starter, that's why I wasn't thinking about that one. That's Eridar right behind us. Yep, Swift Shot is free from the past. Just in case. Didn't think so. Okay. Okay. We're gonna rejigger our order a little bit, just for some narrative cohesion. How am I doing this month? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Not there yet. Sometimes I kind of want to look pretty, you know? I'm not a big fan of the helmet, but I do like these shoulders. Anyways. So, we're gonna switch for no reason. Down to Zadreed. Yeah, Swiftshot is just there for some reason. In the back of my head, I've been debating which of the 67s, that's what I think of all the time-locked characters. I'm going to go ahead and push to 80. Swiftshot is the only one I automatically and without hesitation said, yeah, he's going to be an 80. He's going to be one of the 80s.
It's like meeting again for the first time.
Patrick Stewart and Seth MacFarlane were friends last I checked, Trihexia. Also, Patrick Stewart has starred in the Emoji movie. So, you know.
Can I help you?
Enough said.
See you later.
Okay. So we're actually going to do Night Elf first. This feels weird, though. These are all good questions, Trihexia. Me and my brother-in-law were literally talking about that last night, and we both think that there was some kind of, like, bribery or blackmail or something going, like, somewhere, somehow, he owed somebody bad. Hang on one second.
Your hate. Make it use, champion. The veil between our world and the Shadowlands has been sundered. The Ebon Blade stands ready. I await you in...
An agent of the Maw is attacking Oribos. Defend the Arbiter! We must bring them to the Overseers at once.
Don't mind me. Just cleaning up my capital cities.
The Maw's power does...
I never want to see another Death Knight in my capital cities. If you know what I mean.
That cannot be possible.
Trust the purpose.
There we go. Bye. I know who Thor. It's an agent of the Maw. Do you know who I am?
Unmistakable. The Maw shuddered for a moment,
no,
as if
actually.
reacting to some change.
I actually don't know, though. Patrick Stewart does whatever. It could be the Michael Caine thing. Michael Caine has gone on record as saying that he'll do whatever as long as it pays well. Which is actually a bit of a contentious attitude in Hollywood. Hello? Okay. Oh, that's some lag. Did you see how long that took? Yeah, he said that about that Jaws movie. Okay, so... get rid of this, too. Over here. What is this? Something I'm abandoning. Okay. And it's Swift Shot with the steel chair! Give me 1 second, please. That's a good point. I don't think Patrick Stewart is particularly worried about his reputation. He's set for life, in more ways than one. Well, he's set for death, and I hate how morbid that sounds, but it's true. Uh-oh, if Huthor likes this quest, we know I'm gonna hate it. Alright. I'm ready.
How may I help?
That sword is an odd weapon for a warden. This does not belong to me. It belonged to a dear friend of mine, Trey Lightforge. Trey and I were investigating a resurgence of the Shadow Council when they were captured in Jadenar. She's from Felwood. think. I'm not that great with the name, but I do remember a night elf who was part of the Fellwood chain. I heard what those foul demons did to him from my cell. He did not survive. I still miss him every day, but carrying his blade, I feel as though Trey is never far from me. He may have passed on, but Lightforge will always be on my back.
Good luck, friend. Goddess watch over you.
Thank you for answering my call so quickly, Zadrid. Demonic corruption has seen a resurgence in Fellwood recently. Tyrande sent out a contingent of sentinels and one of her own priestesses to investigate the matter further. None have returned. Tyrande asks the wardens to look into the matter, and Maiev has asked for your assistance personally. We need to make haste to Fellwood and see what Maiev has discovered.
Be careful.
All that pacing is making me nervous, brother.
Nari, I do not know if I am ready for this.
You're the one always telling me to be strong in the face of adversity, Lysander. I don't have time to sit here and reassure you.
I wasn't asking for... I'll be fine.
Let's go. Meet us in Bellwood, champion. We will be waiting for you there.
Void calls to me. Sorry. The dark heart calls to me. We are agonizingly close to war with him. It's almost bothering me. I'm not actually bothered. We've got nothing but gold for the rest of Dragonflight. But, like, man, it's right there, you know? I'm not even sure we'll have a negative for the rest of Dragonflight from this point onward. But then the jailer comes back. It turns out he was behind War Within all along. Yeah, Night Elves at this point in time historically was a weird choice.
Another lost. When we've lost so many already.
Maiev?
Did she fall like the others?
Yes, the trail leads to here. The moonwell nearby has been tainted by a foul corruption. Arconarin, champion, I'll need your assistance to clear the area. And you as well, mage. What is your report?
We'll fill you in on what we need to do, but first, let me put my friend to rest.
Stay sharp. May Elune welcome you into her embrace, sister.
And she goes off to the maw. I'm kidding. There's no Shadowlands.
The wardens are watching.
There's no Shadowlands. She's a frickin' wisp. Tyrande suspected there was something foul happening in Fellwood, and she was right. Her priestess Kalessa was sent here to purify the Moonwell from the fell corruption that plagues the land, and in an effort to reclaim that which belongs to us. Now we have lost one of our sisters, and the Moonwell still remains corrupted. Builder game idea. Restoring the Fellwood. Now hear me out. The whole idea is that it takes time and effort and resources and personnel to cleanse areas. You can lose all of the above. Time, resources, and personnel in doing so. But each place you retake gives you additional resources and more space to then build more things in order to enable you to reclaim more. And the whole game is about just reclaiming the Fellwood for the Night Elves and rebuilding some kind of anything here. What it is up to you, depending on how you design it. I'm sorry, I'm sort of cheating. That exact same game idea occurred to me last night in a completely different setting. There's a game me and my friends have been playing for co-op night called Return to Moria. It's a decent survival builder game. It's got some issues, but it's decent. It's decent. We've been enjoying it. But what I wanted was to restore Moria. Same game idea. You retake parts of Moria, you establish new things, get trade routes going, get more dwarves in, get more people in. Rebuild Moria, right? The place is a freaking mess. Yeah, by the way, the horns are back. We're never getting away from these goddamn horns. Now that we've lost one of our sisters and the Moonwell still remains corrupted, we cannot let this stand. We will finish what Kaelessa started and heal the Moonwell. Arkanaran has history with this place. I will let her tell you why we're here. Yeah, thanks. I've done the vanilla and the cataquest.
My vigil continues.
This is it? Where Mother slept? I thought it would be...
Nicer? There's a reason she and Father wouldn't let you come here, brother. This place was already far gone by the time you were born. Like everything else, I suppose.
Nari, don't. We can fix this. This place reeks of foul magic. Like it has been overrun.
This place is riddled with satyr. You need not meddle with the arcane to see it. Simply open your eyes and look.
Yeah, I was about to say, this dude is post-Warcraft 3 for a Night Elf. He probably hasn't even hit what they consider adulthood yet. Or at the very least, not maturity.
What is your report? Back to your duties.
I am honored.
How old are you, Lysander? I was born after the Battle of Hyjal, but I'm old enough to remember the tales of Felwood. I may have been young, but I remember the hushed conversations, my family trying to shelter me from the woes of the world. But I have ears, I have eyes, and I am not, as much as Nari would like to think, a child anymore. I'm not here to be coddled, I'm here to lend my aid.
May the stars guide.
I cannot thank you enough for your help with this. I knew I had to be here to help Nari when she told me about this mission. It seems as though my skills are needed, just as I thought. The magic here is foul and all-corrupting and must be contained. Please take the book and read the incantation after putting the satyr around Jadenar to rest. Jadenar need not be a place of death and corruption any longer.
Be careful.
I am honored. Del Nadris.
This place was once so important to my family. So I agreed to come, and why Lysander agreed to come as well. She glances over at Lysander before looking back at you. Even after the horrors of Teldrassil, my brother still tries to do everything he can to help others. Much like you. Come, we must eliminate the threat that these power-hungry cretins pose. And I think you are just the Kaldorei for the job.
Farewell.
Arkonaran, bring your mage and come with me. Meet us at the entrance to Shadowhold after you finish
Maiev.
here, champion.
Of course, Warden.
Right behind you, my... Warden.
Oh, yep, nope, I gotta remember that they're scaling. I gotta remember that Heritage Quest scale. Oh, I'm a different build. Okay. Yeah, bring your mage. God. Ugh. Okay, while we're gonna be here. Yeah, having someone this young, regardless of race, is actually quite interesting. Someone post-Warcraft 3 hasn't been through a lot of things. We've had a lot of history in the last few years. Button. Ow. Yep, nope. Okay, hang on. Do I not have... I don't. Okay. I remember I was trying for a different build from what Noxaith does, but damn. Let's scooch this. No, that doesn't work, though. He has burn marks? Oh my god. We'll have to look for that next time we see him. Okay, pulling slightly less this time. And with buttons in the right bars. I help you. I stabbed you in the back. Yeah, I've killed rogues before. What do you mean? Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! No! Who interrupted me? Silencing snare. God damn it. I had that. I had that. So how do you farm for gold or grind for gold in a WoW? Well, I have no idea. Back when I actually cared about such things, which would have been 8.2, or excuse me, 10.2, sorry. Every now and again a world quest would show up, which gives about 1,000 gold. I just do those every 3 days or so. That paid the bills. So, Teldrassil burned when he was 12. At the highest. God. If you remember, canonically, we did say rescue several people from Teldrassil, but not everyone. And by we, I definitely mean the players, regardless of faction. You know, I'd ask why there's so many demon-worshipping idiots here. And then I realized, I'm surprised there aren't more demon-worshipping idiots right now. I mean, we're lucky. There's no actual legion out there to take advantage of it. But Azeroth has been through a ringer in the last few years.
Ishnu Allah.
Elune, light your path.
These Satyr were sentinels? Whoever committed this atrocity will pay.
Until next time, stay sharp.
Okay, could you stop wiggling around, please? The ranks have been thinned and their corpses cleansed. You've done well. She shifts her weight, looking towards the path into the shadow hold. Come, we must find what lurks below and put an end to it.
Back to your duties. The Wardens are watching. Stay close and be silent. I will shroud us from their eyes. Arconaran, Mage, stay with our champion.
As you command, Warden.
Do not ruin our mission, champion.
What have I done?
What do you think you're doing, champion?
You hurry up, please. Also, I just noticed the other one is wearing the Warden armor that we get. You know, the better Warden armor.
Are you alright, Nari?
Yes, yes. I remember this place well.
I'm sorry it's been spoiled for you. Mother loved it here, didn't she?
It's not... It's fine, Lysander. Let's just go.
Keep your eyes sharp, Arconaran.
Interesting Maiev gave her that moment. She really has mellowed a lot. It's kind of strange. I'm not even mad.
They'll never see it coming.
Is this where they held you?
Yes. Over there. In those cages.
Wait, Nari, this is where you were captured? I didn't know. We never should have come back here.
I have felt the walls of confinement close in as well, Arconaran. But you are free now. Your path is your own. That it led you to the Wardens is a boon to the Kaldori. And to me.
Thank you, Warden. That means a lot.
That was my music and a complete coincidence.
They'll never see it coming.
I mean, this is Pandaria, but yeah. Out of curiosity, what is playing right now in game?
They'll never see it coming.
Yeah. So we're just gonna turn that back off.
Nari. I'm sorry. Why didn't you tell me what this place really was?
Because I do not need you worrying over me. Come on.
Let's go, champion.
By the way, notice once again we have something very zoomed in for the Heritage Quest. I remember when I was 19, I was an idiot.
Watch your footing, champion.
Right here, it's fine.
I will make them regret returning here. I will make them regret returning here.
I always have a legal copy of the game, Disco. In most older games, I have a physical copy, yeah. Like, these bins behind me are filled with physical copies of games. Oh, shoot.
What do you think you're doing, champion?
They'll never see it come.
Hang on. Fine, everything's fine. Yeah, for the Heritage Quest to be in Felwood is not something I would have called. Gonna be real. I was honestly thinking Ashenvale. It's one of the very, very few, you know, Night Elf early games. Night Elf early zones that they haven't really done much with since Kata. And that still exists. Darkshore's been completely changed. Teldrassil is gone.
Warden, do you have any siblings?
Have you not heard of Jared Shadowsong?
My apologies. History was never my strongest subject.
Do not apologize. There were many days where I suspect he would have appreciated being forgotten. He was not as outspoken as you, nor was he keen to lead, but lead us he did, to victory, long ago.
And yes, Disco, if I can't get a copy of a retro game reasonably, it is immediately vetoed. In fact, that's on the veto page, if you look. There's can't stream, can't play, can't procure. Yeah, poor Gerard. Can we have some more focus for Gerard someday? Doesn't have to be much. But really, he's only poked his head into the game twice.
Hush now. We have found our prey.
Once in Kata and once in Legion.
What is your report?
People are experiencing visions of a radiant song across Azeroth. Yeah, that's cool.
The Wardens are watching.
We will strike together on your commands, Adreed. Last thing this fiend will ever see is our blades.
Until steel yourselves. We end this here.
I cannot fail. Not today.
Sup? So, you're dead.
What's this? The vaunted Wardens have paid me a visit. And the illustrious Maiev Shadowsong herself. I am honored. I suppose you and these champions have come to stop me. How quaint. Such a pity I could not turn Kalesa before my minions killed her. But that is all you're kinda good for, is it not? Dropping like flies.
Your end draws near, demon. You know it as well. I can hear it in your voice.
So, this guy's from Vanilla, but not from Fellhold. We killed the guy who was here. I thought he looked familiar. I had to double check, though. This was part of the Dreadsteed quest, the Warlock Mount quest back in Vanilla. It was his steed we were stealing. He also shows up in Legion. Because, yeah. That's... What is with these deep cuts? Am I right? Revan what? I've never heard of that, Huthor. This is a Nothrazim, who is a demon of the Legion, or what used to be the Legion. Thank you very much. That sounds like clickbait to me, Gold Osborne. That's the kind of patent that they would never actually be able to successfully pursue, never mind enforce. That's nonsense. I'm going to let that hunter get a little ahead of me there.
What is your report?
Our sentinels, warped and twisted. This will not stand. We'll hunt down the leader of this foul incursion. I'll have his head.
My vigil continues.
The time for subtlety is over. Lord Helneroth has made himself known to us, and I will not rest until I've seen him slain. Ready yourself. Together we will show these demons why they should fear the Kaldori.
Stay sharp.
Hello. Good luck, friend.
Can't believe how much Nari has been through. The perversion of our history, our culture, my family. These demons came in here from somewhere. I'm certain the source of their invasion lies in the depths of the barrow. You and I can put a stop to it. I will not let this place haunt her any longer.
Goddess...
Champion, Arkonaran and I will find Lord Helneroth. Take Lysander with you. Put an end to the demon's minions. Meet with us after you have finished.
God damn, Maiev.
I am sorry, my friend. I did not realize what this place really was. Long ago, these were barrow dens. My mother used to rest here when she was called to the Emerald Dream. That must be why my sister came here with her friend Trey. To fix this place for my mother and our family.
I want you to realize that Maiev, unironically, has had more development in this quest than in the rest of WoW. Not in Warcraft 3. She had plenty of stuff in Warcraft 3, but in WoW? Gold Osborne, excuse me. Or Osborne. I'm not sure how to say that. It means rideable, as in a mount you can ride. Yeah, exactly. She had a pretty big gap in a book, which happened during Kata. But we never saw it on camera, and they barely even referenced it. There's a brief thing where she mentions how sad she is she tried to kill her brother, and that's pretty much as far as that goes. I mean, even in Legion, she could not stop being catty with Illidan. And yeah, by the way, that's the difference between Maiev and Illidan. Both were offered redemption arcs. One of them accepted it.
I can disrupt this portal, but it will require concentration. Please, defend me while I shut it down. My parents told me she was captured, but they were certain she'd return home. And she did. But the sparkle left her eyes. I knew there were things they didn't tell me. Things she didn't tell me.
I mean, the Warden hero unit was very good from a gameplay perspective, Disco, but then again, all the Frozen Throne hero units were. Can I help you? I'm a gnome! Okay. Enjoy slowly burning to death.
Another portal. Protect me and I will take care of it. I may be young, but I have tasted grief. You have too. I can tell. Sometimes, I feel like that's all Nari thinks we are worth. Morning. We are more than that. My face bears the scars of our tragedies, but I am not broken. None of us are.
Interesting that he vocally calls that out. I wonder how many players at this point finally looked at his face and saw the burns. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I was expecting Ashenville, but if the goal is to clean up a bit of mess, Bellwood's the best choice for that.
Another portal. Protect me and I will take care of it.
I loved Crypt Lord, but I have terrible taste, so I'll accept that.
Now more than ever. I hope I can show her that. In time. I know you see it too. That's why you're here, isn't it? For yourself. And for all of us.
Although I admit I'm biased towards Crypt Lord because Crypt Lord plus Dreadlord equals fun.
Blasted portal. Cover me, and I'll tear it down.
I mean, the Night Elves kind of have all of the worst aspects of what is normally considered elven culture. They do have an ancient empire to bemoan. Connection with the trees and woods, which are then corrupted, so that's another thing they can mourn. And all that's just during Warcraft 3. I think the previous player went through here like a wrecking ball. Because I'm only at 56% on this stupid quest.
Come, champion. I think we've cleared this place.
That is honestly crazy, Disco. Well, the reason I say they've got both is because the Night Elves kind of had the, you know, the typical Tolkien elves of ancient venerated in touch with the trees, blah, blah, blah. But also the ancient arcane empire thing. They kind of have both pasts going against them. God damn it. Yeah, no, I need to kill more. I need to kill more. Need more blood. Need it. God, what a terrible luck to be doing this quest when someone else is also doing the Heritage quest. Hello, Ross. Yeah, so let's rewind a bit. See if we can find more stuff to kill. My day's going okay. I currently have some fries that are slowly going cold upstairs. My brother-in-law kindly got for me. Oh God, Huthor, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, by definition, coincidentally, thanks to my job, I never actually did any of the Heritage quests when they were new. The only one I might... Well, no, probably not even then. I was going to say, the only one I might do is Pandaren, but... That's a player? Exactly, shiny. That's exactly the point. So it depends on when that drops compared to when that stream happens. Look, tell me the Pandorans aren't getting a heritage quest. I'll call you a liar. I know what you're going to say, but the Pandorans already had a heritage quest. It's called an entire expansion. Yeah. So did the Night Elves. And frankly, a lot of races have gotten heritage quests, and also, you know, heavy focus in specific expansions. There we go. So now everything's respawning.
Hello. Del Nadris.
Lysander, he's determined, I'll give him that. And brave. Thank you. It's time to face the leader of all of this.
Good luck, friend.
My vigil continues.
What brings you here? Be careful.
Lord Helneroth's hubris gave me an opportunity to study what he's doing. The guy found a way to give us an opening to strike. I fear this will take a lot out of Lysander, but I know he'll give it everything he has. Perhaps my perceptions have been misplaced. It's time to put our demons to rest.
Goddess watch over you.
Maintenance issues and people DDoSing it aside, I have been loving it. I think the score shows that pretty well.
The Wardens are watching. Bondu Thorabas!
Okay, what's our job? I do like fondue. It has been a minute since we fought demons. Hey look, there's a demon over there too.
More.
See that demon who's a demon and not anything else?
If I can just break. One more, champion. Do not falter.
Real talk, Uthor? I'm holding my breath.
Lysander, look out!
Lysander, now!
Everyone, to the portal! Quickly!
Straight up Warcraft 3 reference. I'm not even mad.
Lysander, are you...
Look! The moon well.
It is done. When Tyrande decreed that arcane practitioners would return to our numbers, I vehemently protested.
Violently?
Every right to be wary, Warden.
Yet today, I have witnessed who you truly are. A strong, resilient defender of the Kaldori. Should you wish it, your face will bear the mark of Protector.
I thought men were not permitted such...
Even sacred traditions should evolve, as should the Kaldori. Come, Lysander.
Go on.
Actually, yes, off the deeper end. In Legion, we find her. We actually help her get her armor back and everything.
What is your report? Back to your duties.
No, the hearts!
Till next we meet, may the stars guide you.
Traditions should not hold us back. They should inform the future. Mayab looks at Lysander before turning her gaze back at you. I will let my perceptions hold me back. I have let my perceptions hold me back as well. No more. I'm tired of seeing rifts between my people, regardless of what they use to better themselves or the world. It's time I give Lysander his markings. The Kaldori are no strangers to change. Traditions should adapt to us. Sorry, to our lives, not define them.
Until next time. Let the waters cleanse your spirit, as we have cleansed the well. Lotus petals bloom, granting color to your mark, just as your purpose blooms within you. A needle of briarthorn to bear the ink to skin, just as you bear the charge you carry. Bruiseweed, to numb the pain.
I do not need it.
The world gifts us with means to move beyond this pain. You prove nothing by choosing to dwell in it.
I understand, Warden.
Maiev. It is done. Rise, Lysander.
Mother and father would be proud. As am I.
Thank you, Nari. Let's head back to Stormwind.
People are experiencing visions of a radiant song.
Now, Raytheon.
We have reason to believe it's a warning of some. Meet me in Silithus. Perhaps Azeroth's speaker can shed some light on what this warning might mean.
Sorry, I was still taking notes. I liked that quest. Sorry. I know. Garbage opinion. I can even point to the specific things they do right. Character, theme, moment, world building.
Ishnu Allah.
The ink on my skin is a tether between worlds. Between the present I live in and the past my kin have walked astride, their triumphs and their sorrows. I will not let them forget what it is to be a Kaldori, a child of the stars, a wanderer beneath the firmament. And I'll protect the travels, no matter what stands in our way. My journey has just begun, but I'll never get the place you took in it. And as you can see, he has the markings now.
Be careful.
Our faith in you is not misplaced. And your faith in Kaldori continues to inspire us all.
How may I help?
I'm proud of my brother, and that pride has given me new insight into our people. Perhaps we have been bent. We will never be broken. We will be healed, and our sacred places will never be lost to us. Only Elune knows how deep our roots shall run and how high our branches shall reach.
Farewell.
Till next we meet.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. How? Why? Today will go with me for all eternity. Thank you.
Elune, light your path.
Maev.
The Wardens are watching.
Ooh, weapon. Yes, please. Today is a celebration, Zidrid. The day of new beginnings. Arcanaran and Lysander have reminded me that Kaldori are no strangers to change. I forget sometimes how long I was away, just how much my kin have progressed in my absence. She looks up to the sky. Cough, cough, Outland. Lysander celebrates this day, but your service also deserves to be recognized. Come.
Stay sharp. Champion, despite all we have been through, your devotion to your people has never wavered. You carry the honor of the goddess with you. And you should carry the name as well. Amashan. May Elune guide you. And may your path continue to inspire us all.
Oh my god, look at chat. Someone's doing the human heritage right now.
What is your report? Until next time.
I think I'll wear that title. I was gonna say, Zinjin, if you remember, like, canonically. Hang on, little turned around. Is right here. Alright, let's see what it looks like. I think I've seen people in this. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not what I'd call a huge fan. Very Warcraft 3, it is definitely... Here, I'll even put it on really quick.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
It is very much a high-def version of the Night Elf from Warcraft 3. High-res. Higher resolution texture. I do like little details like the curvature on the beak there. And the fur is a nice touch as well. I mean, you know me, I like the Amazon look. That's why my outfit was designed around that. This entire character is designed around that. Ah, crap. I'm gonna have to rebuild my suit now. That's easy enough, because it was... this, I think. And then... Actually, you know what I could do? Am I staring at it? Ah, there it is, there it is. Nah, I need real boots, not sandals. Just debating. That's gonna be those. I don't know, I'll have to chew on this. I think I'm gonna keep the shoulders. Pretty decided I'm gonna keep the shoulders, actually. No, Uthor. Hasn't even been in there.
Find good trail.
Obviously, I have on a leatherware, anyways. But I'll have to think about doing that at some point off camera, because the Dragon Isles await. Oh, I like that. That silver and dark blue. That's nice. I think I'm going to chop off here. I was just debating trying to slip another heritage in, but I kind of don't want to rush any of those. So, tomorrow... Well, tomorrow we're going to do some more heritage quests. And then we're going to go to the dream. I'll see you guys.